So today it gives me a pleasure to again introduce Vivek, who has been one of the authority in project management in Pune and probably in several other industry sectors. He has been a leading consultant, trainer, teacher, analyst, helping people in transforming their career into project management, and has he has achieved many milestones. And it is really, we are really fortunate that a personality like Vivek is with us, and he has selected a topic which many people have been requesting, because as we all know, this PMP exam is a $500 affair, and every attempt will cost few $100s. So today Vivek is going to give us a magic bullets which we can use it in clearing the PMP exam and save dollars as well as time. So ready, Vivek?
Yes.
Okay, over to you.
Thank you. So thank you for this nice introduction again. And I'm not going to give any magic pills as such, but I will definitely try to give some insights which will help people to understand the basics, some fundamentals, and that probably will reduce their efforts to prepare actually. So there are a few things, like there's some philosophy you can say. So every sector has its own philosophy. Every field has its own fundamentals actually. So if you understand them, your rest of the things become much easier actually. So some of them I will present today, and I will like people to participate in that. In fact, that's how I have designed. So I'm going to throw some questions, and I will explain those principal concepts which are like go as a underrunning current kind of things, which actually balance everything. So if you understand any question related to these concepts, you will mark them correct, because you have understand that you know that other things cannot be right, only this can be right. So this is how the concept actually works. So your concepts are clear, your principles are clear, then you need not to like think too much about the questions. And so otherwise, very close questions, very ambiguous questions, otherwise they become very clear, and you know, okay, this is the right answer. This other answer cannot be right because they do not fit into the principles, something like that. Okay, so I'm going to discuss 10 such principles, and there are many more principles which we discuss in our workshops, our trainings, and but these are quite basics, fundamentals, and I think cover a big part of project management concept. So this is not only about passing PMP exam, it's also about improving performance at the ground. So if you pass the exam and do not perform well on the ground, then that's not a good idea, right? So what I'm going to discuss here is that how you will be clear about those concepts, and you take the right answer in the exam, and you perform better. So it's not only for the PMP aspirants, it's also for practicing project managers, that they can learn a lot from these, because many times we are involved in our project. It becomes like we are lost into the details, and we don't ponder on these things once we are getting into the system as such. So this is a good place. where we rethink and realign and re-understand and realign our actions on the ground. Should we, what are we doing is really right, or should we change our approach? And I'm sure after this program, probably some of your approaches may change. So what I'm going to do here is understanding 10 such principles, and I say timeless because there are always like that, and there will be always like that. As long as human is there and they are working, these principles not going to change as such. This is my understanding. Probably changing time will change these things also, but so far I haven't seen these things are changing. They're so fundamental. What is the objective is that you mark the question correctly in the PMP exam, but that is for only for PMP aspirant. What about the other people? You can steer your project efficiently. You become a better decision maker. You can negotiate better because you understand people better. You can resolve conflict effectively. In fact, many people might not understand, but these 3 points: become a better decision maker, negotiator, resolve conflict efficiently. They are very much merged together. So if you can do one thing better, you tend to do other things also better. Okay, you can lead your team with the confidence, and in fact, confidence means you are a better leader actually. And what I actually intend to that, can we become a better project manager, can manage our team better, where we can take our project to success. Okay, so let's start with this. And so how I design it, I will going to throw some question to you. You attempt that question, and then I will discuss the principle behind that question actually. And probably you can see that whether you answered correctly or you didn't answer correctly, or what correction, any correction is required or not. Even you answer correctly, it's not necessarily you have understood the principle correctly. And sometimes you have understood the principle correctly, but you probably take the wrong answer. That's also possible, sir. Okay, so let me put you the first question as such. It's a simple question as such. So how do you answer it? So I have put something in the poll, and I will throw those poll to you, and you can actually take on the poll. Okay, so you know to put into the chat box. Chat box is used for asking questions. So if you have a related question, if you have anything, if you are not convinced with the explanation or principle or the concept, you probably challenge that, or any related question or any other query related, you can put that into the chat box definitely. And we have Kalyan and Ketan to watching that, and I will take those questions also. So use chat for questions and answer the questions in the poll actually. So this is what the question is. So I think let's do a little quickly. Half of the people have only responded. I want that everybody should respond, and and nobody is seeing actually who is responding what. So you actually see yourself. There is no recording who is responding what. There is no such recording here. So respond fast. I will close this in next 30 seconds. Yes. Last 10 seconds to respond. Okay. 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 Only 60% people responded. So I'm a little surprised that why other people did not respond to the question. So the real interest or real joy in the whole webinar is when you respond to the question. Actually, participation is the key of the. So this is how the answers are. You can see the answers. Most of the people have selected the fourth, the D answer, and some people are A, B, C, D also, A, B, C also. Okay. Now, let's look at the what actually it says. It's a simple question, and I'm happy that most of the people have select the right answer. That shows the maturity of the people in the webinar as such. So, very simple principle is that if there is a problem during execution, instead of doing a close monitoring, you should look back at the plan. Okay, plan must be reviewed and should be changed because there is something wrong with the plan. If plan would have been right, the execution generally go smoother. Why we face problem in the execution? Because our plan, either it is not right or have gaps. So what generally happens? We prepare a plan. During the planning, we need to do a lot of forecasting because the project is not done yet, right? It's in future. So we are actually trying to doing some kind of guessing, some kind of estimating, some kind of forecasting kind of things. And forecast is always very difficult because it has a lot of uncertainty, especially with the projects that are little uncertain or have challenges. There the planning become little difficult. Now, many times if you spend more time with the planning, people say it's a planning paralysis. If you spend if you come under pressure, you fast track the planning. When you fast track the planning, your plan is incomplete, having a lot of holes, not complete. So what will happen in the execution? You're going to face a lot of problems. And if that happens and you do not go back to the plan and correct the plan, then you get into a continuous corrective action. Is downward spiral. It's a downward spiral. It will take up your more time, and because you're going to correct it. And as you get more time, you get less time in execution, make more mistakes, and then spend more time because we have more mistakes, which tend to even more mistakes actually. So it actually created downward spiral, which generally become and by the reach you little later, the team feel exhausted as such. So very good thing that most of the people have responded very well. Let's have another question on the same principle. Okay, 1 minute. Let me put up the poll. One minute. It's here. So I will keep it for one minute and try to respond as fast as possible. And I look forward to all the people will be responding. Respond quickly. We'll close in next 20 seconds. How much is that one? Okay. Let's take some more time, maybe another. Yeah, very good. Some more people to respond. Let's respond quickly. I hope people all have read. Ten seconds. Okay. 5 seconds. Okay. Okay. So this time the response was better. Okay. So, but next time I feel that everybody will respond. Let me show you the results. So these are the results. And let me tell you, nobody picked the right answer. Okay. So though the previous, everybody took the right answer, this time the people did not take the right answer. And this is a little challenging actually. Why people did not take the right answer? Probably the terminology is not clear. Look at it. What we said in the principle, that if planning is good, execution bound to be good. So when the execution is not good, what is planning should be? And what is planning in this? Scope monitoring and control is a controlling. Scope validation is also monitoring and controlling. Quality control is also controlling. So we are not supposed to do a tight controlling. We're supposed to do a good scope definition. Scope definition was the plan. So was it like a terminology was the issue, or this was like we generally do at the ground or something? So I'm a bit surprised that, okay, no one actually took the scope definition, which was the right answer. Anybody has any question related to this? That how this, like why it, I want to hear actually, why you take the controlling process, processes than the planning process.
Shweta here.
Yes, Shweta.
I selected the scope definition C. However, it is not reflecting there.
You reflected scope definition.
Yes, because so validations and quality control, those comes after. Unless and until we are clear about what is agreed with the customer or the client, we cannot go ahead. That's why scope definition is the correct answer.
Correct answer. Now, is it happening with any other person also, that you tick something and it's not appearing, or it is showing something because you don't know actually where your vote has gone? Is it with somebody else also, like you tick something but it is not appearing there?
No, sir.
No. Okay. Anybody has any questions? So probably I don't know what happened with Sweta. Yeah.
So my point was everything was going in project is good. So at last there should be quality control.
Okay.
That's why I take quality.
Okay. Fair enough. Every time we have some logic only that. That's what I want to hear. What is the logic actually?
Hi.
Yeah.
Actually, I take scope monitoring and control because it's a 8-month project and 6 months have already been done. So I thought that the scope monitoring should have been. That's the reason I took that.
Right, and that was actually the trick in the question, because most of the time has passed actually. But even though most of the time passed, we should stick to our principle that it is the definition which is something wrong. We still have to look back into the definition, then only monitoring and control will work. Otherwise, monitoring and control will not work, even for next 2 months. We will further, it will get extended to 8 months to maybe 10 months and or 12 months. That's what we do. When we do a week planning, our project get extended because we get into the same kind of loop that if we go with the definition, it will take a lot of time, right? The same thing actually. It will take a lot of time. Let's fix it and try to control it here. But because the base is not good, it never get faster actually. So it keep going on, and then we never go back to the plan actually. Good. Thank you very much. So
one more input from Mr. Kashinath. It's a terminology.
Yeah, terminology, but the people who are actually preparing with this terminology probably we knew and get maybe confusing. Okay, so let's come over here. Let me give you another question, and this question is on a different principle. Okay, so let's answer this question. I will open this and this. Yeah. Okay, 20 seconds left. Ten seconds. Answer. Oh, very few people answer. Let's take another some time, another 30 seconds. I think people are taking time to read it. Yeah. Good. Now, in 10 seconds, I will close this. Please answer. Yeah. So, and this is the answer. This is the question. Answers. Okay. So, very good performance as such. Most of the people have, though only 50% people respond. I sometimes wonder that when we do our elections, generally the voting is 60, 70, 80. And if it is above 80, it is considered to be very, very good, right? But there's a lot of circumstances. I'm a little surprised that why it is 50% here. Everybody can respond, available and can respond to this. Anyway, the answer, most of the people have given the right answer, and that is what that you should do actually. Now, why you should do this? Let's look at this. I will give you a process. Probably you may be having already an idea because you have, most of you have given a right answers, but let's look at it. Many people have not answered also. So I'm not sure if they are they have what they have in their mind. The simple thing is that, very simple thing, you will encounter almost every day. And let me tell you, a lot of things goes with our thought process or the thinking pattern. Our thinking pattern is that we have almost two thinking styles. One is a reaching to the quick response, quick results with the available information on the top of the head. And second is analyzing the situations which is come. Now, what happens in general? This is a psychological study actually, that our mind, which actually use available information on the top of the head and quickly reach to the conclusion, is very fast and quick. And this is the mind which actually catch the problem first and try to resolve it on the spot. And if enough details are available, or even few details are available to reach to the conclusion, we immediately reach to the conclusion. Okay. While the mind that do the analysis is a little lazy and wait till this fast mind give up and give it to analyze mind. You can say a fast mind or an analysis mind. So generally, we are little lazy in using analysis. If we can reach to a conclusion very fast, we probably use that. You do this fast. So when we encounter a problem like this, or some unexpected results, or something which we are not, we say, what is happening this? So available information is that the last few projects have this kind of things, then why it is? So we probably reach very quickly to this probably these estimates are incorrect, because that's the available information immediately give you. And because the information is available, there is quite possible you jump to the conclusion in the real life. Okay, even though answers are right here, but real life probably the mindset will be different and that environment. While every time I say we have to train our mind not to reach to the conclusion, to put that quick mind shut actually and say, okay, the analyze mind should work first. So we need to do this and train our mind. Otherwise, we all are like that, including me. Everybody, we are like that. This is how, these are psychological studies, work almost on every person. So what it says that when anything which you were not expecting has occurred, it may be a problem, it can be an issue, it can be something which were results which are expected, but different results have, do not emotionally attach to it and jump and reach to the conclusion. Gather more information, what more information we can get, analyze this information, then prepare a plan, and then inform to the stakeholders. Okay, many people are jump to tell the stakeholders. Otherwise, they will say, why didn't you tell us? No, stakeholders tell, why didn't you tell us? But that doesn't mean we give them half-cooked information. We should do little homework before we reach out to the stakeholders. Your boss will always say, why didn't you tell me? But boss also want that when you tell, you have sufficient information with you. Okay, so gather more information, but these all things need to be done a little faster. Get more information, analyze it, get some options, get some plan, then prepare, then put this plan, put the problem, put the plan, and then seek some details or seek some suggestion from the stakeholders, and then implement this plan. And that's how it works. If you can follow this process, if you put this onto the table and say every time this will happen, I'm going to follow this process. I will not allow my quick mind to jump to the conclusion. Then you will see most of the problem you will sort out very fast. Very fast. Most of the time, because of our incorrect response, quick response actually make the problem worse than the problem. So if you put this process on your table and say every time I'm going to this, I'm sure they will solve out your most of the problem amicably, much respectful, very quickly. And I can tell you, if you do this, you will gain a lot of respect from your colleague around. So let's look at the question number 4 and see that this is also based on the same thing. And let's see if you what answer you say. I think the description is a little short, so it may be a little quicker. But I would request everyone to participate and respond. Nobody knows what you are responding. Nobody knows actually. Okay, I'm going to close in 20 seconds.
Please share the poll results.
Next 5 seconds. And that's all. Thank you. I will say very good performance. Okay. So most of the people took the right answer, and didn't happen the way it happened last time, but it not always happen that way. Okay. So let's go to the next principle, or anybody has any question related to this? No? Okay, good. So let's go to the question number 5th. And I will launch this right away. I don't know what happened. 1 minute. It's not allowing me to launch it actually. One minute. I don't know why it is not allowing me to launch. It's not allowing me to launch.
Hi Vivek, we are getting the previous question only.
Yeah, I'm not understanding why this.
I am getting question number 5, but there is no option for clicking.
It's not allowing me to launch actually.
Okay, sir. आप एक बार बंद करके फिर से ऑन करिए सर, मे बी समटाइम्स ऐसा हो जाता है।
मैं एग्जिट करके एंट्री करूं और तो ये रास्ता दिख नहीं रहा मेरे को।
हाँ सर, यही करिए, और सबसे इजी वे यही होता है तुरंत।
रीसेट
पोल एग्जिट कर दो, पोल एग्जिट करके
एग्जिट करके मैं आता हूँ दोबारा से आई थिंक। Okay, I'm back and let me try once more. Okay, now it is working fine. Okay, this is the question. Meanwhile, let me share that also. Okay, so I will close in 20 minutes, 20 seconds. Okay. This time the performance is good. More people are responding. Good. I expect some more. Okay, closing in 5 seconds. Good. So this is what the response is. Is still good. More people have responded to the right answers, and that's really great. And let's get into this, that what this all about. So very simple process of change management. Very simple process of change management. Whenever you receive a change, actually, we should set this process well in advance. Only then it works, otherwise it doesn't work. But very simple process. It's a general process. You can have a lot of like customization as per your organization or as per your environment. Whenever change occurs, you document it, qualify the change. Now, how many people understand what is the qualification of the change? Anybody would like to respond to this? What is the qualification of the change? No one? Let me explain you. Or
anything which is not in the scope of work is as a change.
That is why it is change actually. If it is in the scope of the work, it cannot be called change. So it is definitely not in the scope of the work, only then it is called change.
see the constraints impact like cost, quality, and time?
That is impact analysis. That is the next one. Assess impact. Qualification means there could be some unnecessary changes may be requested. You must qualify whether this change is really required or not. How do you qualify this? By seeing that it is aligned with the project objective. The change must help achieving objectives. A change does not help in achieving objectives, should not be entertained, should be persuaded to be rejected. I will again say should not be rejected, but persuaded to be rejected. You are not the person who can reject it. So let's pursue for rejection because it is not fitting or it is not aligned with the project objectives. So before you start spending time on it, you see that it is really a useful change, which will help achieve objective. Then come to the assess impact, which is the, you just said that is time, cost, and quality, etc. Then give it to the change control board for review, get its approval. The change control board can approve or review, and then you implement it. So it is very simple, and if it is not there, if you are an agile project, change do not matter. But if it is not an agile project, then change do matter, and please implement it. Otherwise, your project will definitely be delayed. Okay, every change must go through the change control process. Otherwise, it will result into scope creep, and which will delay the project or dissatisfaction of the client even more actually. Let's go to the next question, and that is the next principle actually. Okay, so I was asking 2 questions, but now this is only 1 question. This is the next principle, and I will launch the question number 6, right? Yeah. Here is the question number 6. Okay, let's do quickly. Yeah, I'm just closing it. Okay, great. Okay, let me share the results. It's this time the responses are quite distributed, but I am happy that still most of the maximum votes have gone to the right answer. Okay. Now, this is one of the my favorite thing, which I keep talking about it. See, what happens whenever you take over something, many circumstances, it is possible that things are already delayed or the pressure is high and you are pushed to move faster. But it is very risky. The first thing first, irrespective of how much time is left, not left, how much pressure is there, evaluate whatever happened so far is done well. Find out all the things which are not done well, correct them, and then move ahead. If you do not correct them all together at the first shot, prepare a plan to do it while moving in quick succession so that you do not keep moving with those problems with you. There are two things which happens. First, you will carry those problems with you, which will definitely put you in trouble later. Second thing, the sin of other people will be on your head. For example, very common thing which happen, project managers often complain that the salesperson goes and sell anything to the client. And then the problem comes to us to produce that thing which is not producible, or which is very challenging. And I simply suggest, when you take over the project, please check what the salesperson has done. Most of the people don't do. Okay, here a lot of people have responded, very good, but most of the people don't do. Please, whenever you take over the project from anyone, previous project manager, salesperson, or customer, or anybody, you see what is done so far. So if the customer has sold something which is not feasible or which is very challenging, it has to be captured in the beginning itself and should be demonstrated to the people. It should be told to the stakeholder, should be shown to the stakeholder, and a calibration is required before you keep proceeding further. If you don't do, then all the sins of the salespersons will come on your head, and tomorrow you will not be able to give an excuse that, okay, that salesperson has done. No, you have taken over, then all things are yours now. Okay. Yes, Shweta has some question. Yes, Shweta, please.
Yes, I agree with you, sir. However, there were two options. One is escalate to senior manager. Though I have selected show your evaluation to sponsor, but the question is, sometimes in the organization, they ask us to solve the whatever issues, escalations in organization itself, and don't go directly to the client or sponsors. So
yeah, so you say show the evaluation to the sponsor. That does not mean not always necessary you directly go to the sponsor. If there is a hierarchy, you can follow the hierarchy. There is no problem. The crux of the matter here is that first you analyze where you are entering, what you are taking over, see what has happened all so far, and escalate it to the right person. So a sponsor, senior person could be something, but analysis is important. Evaluation is important, what has happened so far. This is what important. It may be escalated, it may be shown to the senior manager also. The sponsor can be replaced with the senior manager. No problem, but evaluation is important before you proceed further. So I understand your thing. So please don't follow those things. Okay, so let's go to the next one. Question number 7, and let's talk about principle number 5. And here is the question. Okay. Last 30 seconds. Okay, I'm going to end it. Here are the results. Okay, so good to see that the more number of people are answering the right answer. So it is very much like connected with the things we have discussed. And simple thing is that it is very much related to the surprises or unexpected things come. Problems are in a similar situation. So when the problem comes, the process must be followed. Let's do not your quick mind comes to jump to the conclusion and follow a process that seek more information. Identify the root cause of the problem. Then discuss with the team, other stakeholders, find out some solution options, prepare according to the options, prepare a plan, communicate it to the relevant stakeholder, and then implement it, and then evaluate its effectiveness first. So how do you answer the question? In the question, what comes first from the top? So seek more information. Is this there in the question? No. Identify the root cause. Is this there in the question? Yes. So this is the right answer. If this was not there, then third, then fourth. What is come first is the right answer actually. That's how we go. In this whole process, whatever I get, the first thing, I will answer that. Does that make sense? Let's go to the next one. Yeah. Any question?
No, sir, no.
Okay. So let's go to the question number 8, and this is the principle 6. And let me launch this. Oh, I don't know. The same problem occurs again. Oh, no. No, it's not allowing me to. Sorry, I need to do the same thing again. I don't know what is happening.
No, continue, sir. No issue. Try kariye फिर से.
Let me exit and come back, and probably if I attempt again, we will use the chat box. Okay. So I don't know what is the technical issues are here.
Not able to hear Vivek sir.
Oh, okay, okay. I was on mute, so sorry. I was on mute, so it was by default the mute. So you saw the results as such, right? That was not. So still, most of the people tick the right answer, and though the C was also appearing right, that discussing fairness about the people things also be a right answer. But the thing is that before we reach out and see try to correct the mistake of other person, let's try to correct things at our end. So if a ground rules are ambiguous, things are not known, let's correct this first. And if that get corrected, probably if continues, probably next step, we can discuss that. So that will be as a second step is good, but not as a first step. Most of the time, such things happen that the rules are not well defined. Right? So, but other question, if you see, we try to do not get indulged into the decision making. Let's team decide. You are a facilitator in an agile team. The scrum master or the project manager work as a facilitator instead of taking your own decisions. So other options are therefore not correct. And that probably the C also get downgraded because you are taking an action, which is not required. Let the team does it. So you can suggest the team to reaffirm the ground rules. And if it is not working, probably suggest the team again to have a discussion together and see that how we can solve this problem of unfair practice or whatever you can say. So still the C will be a secondary approach, right? The rule is that do not try to take decision at early stage. Let the team make a decision. Facilitate a decision. Let's go to the question number 9 and see what the answer is. Okay, here you need to choose two answers. Okay, so clearly written, choose two. Tick 2. This answer is visible, right?
No, the answers
No,
are
not yet.
no. Some people are facing issues with the poll.
There's some issues with the poll.
Yeah, one person has mentioned. I don't know, is it just a one person issue or others?
I think one person. From my side, it is okay.
Okay, fine.
Last 10 seconds.
Thanks for confirming.
I'm going to close it now. Good.
Yeah,
Answers
now
are
now visible.
E and D, which looks good. And So what it says, the whole projects are based on value add. So projects are executed to create value. And if that value created, projects are successful, otherwise they are not successful. So all the projects, whole project should be planned, tracked based on the value creation. So high value items should be created first, less value items should be created later. So if it is not creating much value, then simply that we need to see that we can have a entry criteria that we are whatever we are taking is creating a higher value for the customer. And similarly, if it is not coming, probably second possibility that inputs from the users are not enough. So do another survey, get input from the user, and then use it to rank or reorder the battle. Right? So your all minimum viable product, minimum business increment, or minimum marketable product, all should be based on value, business value. Okay, good. So second, let's go to the 10th one. And here is the results 10. Okay, what is this? You have to choose two again.
What is meaning by IT integration? Actually, I'm from a thermal power project side, so that's why maybe.
IT integration, where is it? In which option it is? You say on the question?
It's a statement. The first statement. A hybrid project combines IT
It's
integration.
a kind of hybrid project, right? It's a hybrid project. So you're going to have two different teams. Maybe one is predictive, another is kind of agile. Okay, so I'm going to close. I think the time is past actually. So let me close this now. Let's close in 5 seconds. 1, 2, and done. Okay, good. Good choice. And this is really good that people are answering very well. Let's go to this. What it says, principle is very simple. Transparency, visibility, and collaborations are the key to success. If there are more team, this becomes even more important. If there are more stakeholders, this becomes even more important. So use which can bring transparency, use tools which bring more visibility, let the people know more and more about it, and collaborate to use some tools which are collaborative, where you can exchange the ideas, where you can have things come to collate things together at one place. The idea is focus on transparency, visibility, and collaboration. They become increasingly important as number of people in the project increases. Right? Let's go to the next one. Let me open the poll. That is 11, and here is that. Okay, last 30 seconds. Last 20 seconds. You need to do two actually. Some people have taken only one. Okay, I'm going to close this. And this is a fantastic performance. Nobody take any other answer than the correct answer. That's a fantastic performance. Okay, so I think little to say. I can quickly move to the next principle. People have understood win-win is the thing, and both people have to achieve their things, and we should strive to get both the party happy, right? This has a lot of things actually, that how much the leadership thinks, how much the stakeholder management, conflict management skills are there in the people to check. So if this is right, then I think this is a fantastic performance, I can say. The best way to engage, to manage any stakeholders, to engage him in the project, and that's what we should do, and be kind to the requirement of the stakeholders. So we should try to understand when there is a consensus. So nobody should be avoided as such. Let's go to the 12th one. Let's answer this question. There is another question on the same thing. Right? Here is launching it. Okay, next last 20 seconds. Ten seconds. Okay, I'm going to close this now. Looks like this was a little more challenging question. Right? So the right answer is where the maximum votes are. Is still the same, though it is very contesting with the A1, which also appears to be right. But it is the third one, the C, which is actually right. As such, comparing to A, the C should be preferred. A talks about you are taking decision, and C talks about you are facilitating a decision. Okay, you are helping the team to overcome the challenge instead of you doing that. You're trying to solve the problem, and that's the beauty of the C as such. Right? So let's go to the next one. So this is the last we were going to talk about. I think this is okay. This is the last one, and I will go to back 13 function and launching this question to you. Okay, last 30 questions. 30 seconds, sorry, 20 seconds. Okay, I'm going to close it now. Okay, this. Okay, so there is a very close contest between A and C, and the right answer, let's figure it out, right answer. Okay, so what we are talking about, the last principle is you should demonstrate leadership. What is leadership? Adopt leadership trait over the managerial traits. Okay, we discuss a lot about manager versus leader or something like that, and keep talking about this, keep reading about it. There are a lot of books are also written. Set an example to inspire people to follow instead of giving reward and punishment. That's the answer, right? Okay, so that's what the leadership is all about. That's what the adopting a leadership trait is all about. Facilitate instead of directing. And that's basically, if you can set an example, you say, okay, you cannot do, let me do, or let me help you out doing, instead of rewarding or giving a punishment. Rewarding and punishments are not that great options. Then actually you get involved with the people and showing how to do it. or doing it if your people cannot do it. Simple. It is as simple. Right? So that's what the leadership is all about. So let's answer the last question. This is the last question, and I hope it is the simple one. Okay, 1 minute. I think this is stop sharing. I select the last one. Here is it. Very, very simple, very short question. Just fill in the blank. Good, good going. Let's quickly answer. Answer quickly. Last 30 questions, last 30 seconds. Ten seconds. Okay, I'm going to close this. Okay. These are the results and look great actually. So 10 out of 15 people pick the answer which it's supposed to be. And the leaders should nurture the team members and keep them motivated, keep them inspired actually. Even better word if I use than motivated, it is, I can say, inspire. These are the answers of the questions, just in case, but I don't know you have the questions or not, but just in case. Okay, let's revisit these principles. First, talk about when there are problem issues in execution, review the plan. When get a surprise or unexpected situation, it starts seeking more information instead of jumping to an action. Must have a change control process and follow it without thinking. Any change must go through the change control process. You need not to think it again and again. It's a ground rule. Okay. Whenever you take over a task, you first ascertain that the work happened so far was correctly done. If it is not, please correct that before proceeding further. Otherwise, you will be hiring all these problems on your head. This is very, very important thing. When you have a problem, get the root cause by seeking more information before taking any action. Do not jump to the conclusion. In an agile environment, promote self-organization, facilitate, and if you want to delegate, form some kind of ground rules. So the team work as a cohesive team. Ground rules help them to bring cohesiveness. Success of the project. The projects are created for delivering business value. Continuously throughout the project, follow on business value. How much business value you are creating for the customer. Transparency, visibility, and collaborations are the key to trust, and trust lead to success. Okay. Demonstrate leadership traits. Okay, do not punish, do not reward people. You can reward the people, do not punish. Sometimes you can reward, but most of the time get involved with the people. Okay. And best way to manage a stakeholder is to engage them as soon as possible and think win-win. And that's the leadership principle, think win-win. Okay, so that's done. I'm done. I think still a few minutes left. So question and answers. If you have any questions, I will be happy to answer.
Thank you, sir. It was very good and informative. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Shakti.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Actually, I wanted to check, like, if you have any courses. Like, to be honest, I'm from a Jain environment, and I was thinking of PMP, and I have heard very highly about you, sir. So I just wanted to check, like, if there is any course that we can take. I was trying to upskill myself, but my manager, in fact, spoke very highly about you and recommended you. And in this 1.5 hour session, obviously that opinion has only gone up. But I wanted to check, like, if there is any assistance that we can take from you for a course or something, so that you can guide us about that. I could relate with a lot of things, but obviously learning from the beginning would be an ideal situation.
You are most welcome, Amit. You can contact me after the session and we can discuss over the phone.
Definitely.
We can meet in personally. That's not a problem.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank to your boss also for coming.
Thank you. Definitely.
Good evening, sir, and I must thank Vivek Prakash, sir, for his excellent delivery of this particular today's webinar on 10 principles of project management. Really, sir, all these questionnaires which you have chosen related to these 10 principles, it will be helping the professionals for appearing for this PMP examination, as well as throughout their execution. Whenever they are implementing this, it will be helpful. All these 10 principles with 1 or 2 questions, and also justifying all those questions, how to answer, as well as those philosophies you have nicely explained. So it was an excellent session, and from the Project Managers Club Pune and the COEP Technological University, I must thank you and congratulate sir for this nice presentation as well as delivery. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you to everyone who has spared time and come over here. Thank you. And we have to change the caption on our banner also. It's not. It's
Yes. That I will share it with you. And,
now. It's not no more a department as such.
Right. It is now School of Mechanical and Metallurgy. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank
And thank you to everyone. We can close the session.